Let's have a look then at the title picture. So, Borough's win puts them 5 points behind Coventry. So, if we're talking specifically about the title, we can say it probably fairly briefly that Coventry are now hot favourites, given in the last 4 games they've put 12 points on. Borough have put 5 points on. So we've had a 7-point swing in Coventry's favour against Borough. And even though Ipswich and Millwall have both got 9 points, in fact, Millwall can kind of track. Millwall have got 12 points in 5. Coventry have got 13. Ipswich have got 10 points in 5. Coventry have got 13. So even though Millwall and Ipswich have put the points on the table, Hull with 7, everything has swung in Coventry's favour. And in terms of the title race now, if Coventry score 1.5 points per game, we said this on the Hot Take show on Sunday, they're landing on 85, 86 points. It's going to be very, very hard. Let me actually do the calculation properly. 1.5 times 11. Yes, 16 and a half points. So, yeah, that brings you to 87.5. So, basically, what we know now is a competent Coventry for the rest of the season. And 1.5 points per game is sort of 7th or 8th place. So, Coventry don't need to be a playoff team, a top 6 form team for the rest of the season. And they'll land on 86, 87 points. And they will probably win the title. Because look at it for the others. If you play the 2 points per game, which we'll do now, Wrexham have 11 to play, so add 22 onto Wrexham, they land on 79. Add 2 onto Hull, they have a game more, so you can add 24 on. They land on 84, so it's still below that number. Ipswich would land on 86 because of the extra game. Millwall would land on 22, 84. Borough would land on 88. So, if Coventry are just competent and Borough are very good, I class 2 points per game as very good. Anything above 2 points per game is exceptional, isn't it? Especially over 11 games. And especially in a run-in where it is exponentially harder to win just because of the pressure and that feeling of the finish line, the psychological weight. Don't tell me a game in October at home to Watford is the same as a game away to West Brom in a relegation battle in the end of April or what have you, to make a crass comparison. But so title race wise, Coventry just need to not collapse. Although they did do 13 games, didn't they, at 16th place form. So they're looking a bit different now, and maybe they're going again and moving into the grip of that trophy. In terms of the automatics, it is utterly box office now. I've got to say, it would have been more box office, and this everyone will say, because you're an Ipswich fan, Ben. No, I'm just saying it would have been more box office in terms of more teams being tighter together if Borough had failed to win. And that was the thing last night. I know there's 3 outcomes in football, home, away or draw. There was only 2 narratives last night. Either Borough win or Borough fail to win. And Borough failing to win, even a draw at a Birmingham side who are very good at home, would have been seen as that's another game winless, and the narrative is going to be everybody's coming for Borough. But that extra 2 points now gives them a 4-point gap on Millwall, and then you get Ipswich and Hull. We'll come to Millwall, don't worry, but Ipswich and Hull play tonight in a rearranged game. So Hull's game in hand is dealt with after 10 p.m. tonight. One of Ipswich's games in hand is dealt with after 10 p.m. tonight. If you're a Middlesbrough fan, and again, I'm going to advise everybody against doing this for the remainder of the season, do not stop it. Don't add 3 points on for games in hand. It's just, let's not play best worst case scenario. Let's play realistic scenario. So, I'm sure there'll be a lot of Millwall fans that will go, Middlesbrough fans, that will go, oh, well, if Ipswich win their 2 games in hand, they will, by virtue of their goal difference, be above Middlesbrough in the table. But that, to me, at this time of the season, is a very big leap. And we don't need to make it today because there's literally a game in hand tonight, as I say. So, an Ipswich win tonight would put them into third and 3 points behind Borough with a superior goal difference. A Hull win tonight would put Hull in third and 3 points behind Borough with an inferior goal difference. So, look, I know you'll get the people that try and reduce this very interesting conversation to something quite boring and say, oh, we just need to look after ourselves and don't worry about anybody else's results. That's obviously absolute bollocks and a coping mechanism, isn't it? Because, look after your results, get a nice good draw away from home and somebody else wins, and I'm sure you're not happy with your nice good draw away from home, are you? So we do have to track everybody else against everybody else right now. And we also have to track head-to-heads. And we know that Middlesbrough will be going head-to-head a little bit later in the calendar, it has to be said. Millwall will go on Good Friday to Middlesbrough. So that is a giant head-to-head. And then the mother of all head-to-heads potentially is Ipswich versus Middlesbrough, April 18th. It won't be on April 18th. Hopefully they'll move it to the Friday night. I know that for the Middlesbrough fans, that might not be great for the travel, but for the watching TV audience and the atmosphere crackling there at Portman Road, it'll be great. I'm sure the Borough fans prefer the Friday night than the 12:30 on Saturday option, put it that way. I just want to throw in as well, one more. Last day of the season, Borough go away to Wrexham. So in terms of head-to-heads, Borough have 3 and they're all away from home, but they're quite nicely spaced out. And what I will say is everybody will look at round 46. Often the playoff race is still open then, but things do tend to be cleared up given the pace of points in second place, and you are tracking towards often 2 points per game. Does tend to be done by round 46, so it may or may not matter.